ridge above the river. I haven't gone camping since that night. Not because I don't like the woods anymore, but because sometimes, when the room is completely dark, I can still hear slow footsteps circling around my bed. It was supposed to be simple, just me and Hannah, driving 3 hours into a stretch of national forest where the river cut through a narrow gorge. No cabins. No marked campsites. No signal. The reception disappeared 10 minutes before we turned off the highway. I remember watching the bars vanish one by one, like something was closing the door behind us. We hiked a mile in and set up near the ridge. The river moved somewhere below, unseen but steady. The sunset bled through the trees, and for a while, everything felt calm. But the longer we sat there, the more I noticed what wasn't there. No insects. No distant birds. Just wind, and even that felt cautious. I kept feeling like someone was standing behind me. Every time I turned, there were only trees. As the fire burned low, I noticed a shape on the opposite ridge across the river. Tall. Motionless. Too straight to be part of the landscape. I stared at it so long my eyes watered. It didn't move. But it didn't disappear either. I woke up sometime after midnight. Not from a sound, from the silence. The kind that feels deliberate. Then came the first crunch. Slow. Heavy. Measured. Not scattered animal movement. Not nervous. Not accidental. Deliberate. Hannah squeezed my arm in the dark. Someone's out there. The steps came again. Closer. Then they started circling the tent. Even. Patient. Completing full rotations as if whoever it was had all the time in the world. Crunch. Pause. Crunch. They stopped directly in front of the zipper. We could hear breathing. Even. I forced myself to unzip the tent just a few inches. He was closer than I expected. Tall. Broad shoulders. Arms relaxed at his sides. Watching us the way someone watches a fire burn, calm, detached. "You picked a bad place," he said. His voice was low. Even. "What do you want?" I asked. He tilted his head slightly. "You're lower than you think." I felt my stomach drop. Earlier that evening, Hannah and I had quietly debated whether the river might rise overnight. We hadn't spoken it aloud. He continued, almost casually. "I've been on that ridge for a while. Watching." The word hit wrong in my chest. Watching. For people who believe they're alone. I zipped the tent shut. He didn't try to stop me. His footsteps faded. But they didn't leave. 10 minutes later, the tent wall pressed inward. Slowly. The outline of a hand appeared in the fabric, long fingers spread, gliding along the nylon, as if feeling its way. Hannah began to cry. Not scream. Quietly, panicked. The hand moved downward. Tracing. Stopping where our bodies were. Then pressing harder. The pole above us creaked. "Don't," he whispered from somewhere impossibly close. You'll make it worse. I shoved the wall outward. The hand disappeared. But the pressure didn't. Something heavy leaned against the back of the tent. Not trying to break in. Just resting its weight. Like someone settling in comfortably. Listening to us breathe. We didn't run immediately. That was our mistake. We waited for him to leave. He didn't. Hours passed. Or minutes. I couldn't tell. Every time we shifted, the weight shifted too. When we finally burst out of the tent, flashlights shaking in my hands, the clearing was empty. No sound. No movement. No footprints we could see in the dark. We ran anyway. Branches cut at our legs. Hannah stumbled twice. I expected any second a hand to grab her from behind. But no one chased us. That scared me even more. Because it meant he didn't need to hurry. We never found the trail. At night, the forest seemed different. Endless. Repeating. The sound of the river grew louder instead of quieter. We were moving downhill. I realized it too late. The ground beneath my feet turned soft, wet. The river wasn't rising. It was already there. We had misjudged the ridge in the dark. Hannah slipped first. The slope gave way under her, and she disappeared over the edge with a scream that cut off halfway down. I reached for her. I grabbed air. I don't remember how long I lay there, shaking. I don't remember climbing back up. I only remember hearing footsteps again. Slow. Approaching from behind. Crunch. Pause. Crunch. I didn't turn. Couldn't. He stopped a few feet away. You moved lower, he said softly. I don't remember what happened after that. They found me the next afternoon, wandering along the highway alone. No shoes. No pack. No Hannah. They searched for days. Never found her. They told me river currents can carry a body miles. I didn't tell them about the man. Because I'm not sure he followed us down. I think he stayed on the ridge. Watching. Last week, I drove back there. I don't know why. Maybe to prove to myself he wasn't real. I stood across the river at sunset. And on the opposite ridge. A tent. Small. New. And beside it, barely visible in the fading light. A tall figure. Standing still. Waiting. If you want to know what is on the next page, leave your imprint under this record. We have not finished yet.